Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you . What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva, when you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati, powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita decoded for the power of increasing the temperature for others, the power of will. Here Bhagavan narrates our Rajasic nature, the restless activity that strives to introduce purpose into something that is essentially without purpose, keeps driving us away from the center of completion into the peripheral darkness of incompletion. Tamas and Maya, Rajas, always drives us into tamas. Aggression, passion, attachment, and aversion eventually takes us into the delusion and ignorance. But from the time to time, we get from that speaks of intelligence that says there is more meaning to life than fantasies. We start searching when we seek our true nature. We move towards our center, the core of the bliss. Then something in the external space attracts us, and we move out of the periphery. We keep moving in and out from the center of the periphery to the center of periphery, back to the center. That is why I call human beings eccentric. They can neither be in the center nor be in the periphery. They settle down and keep oscillating. They are eccentric. They are neither complete madness nor completion in the divine consciousness. The movement towards our core, our true self, Atma, is driven by Sattva. The movement outward is driven by the Rajas. When the fully settled in the periphery, we are caught in Tamas. We are no longer human. When we settle into the center, which is the space of completion, we go beyond the three gunas. We become the Triguna Rahita, the divine one who is beyond the three attribute, who is Purana complete. Purna complete. Bhagavan beautifully says how we are in Rajas restlessness, tamas, into laziness and boredom, and rarely move to the center of Atman. How we are eccentric because of we neither stay in the center as consciousness or in the periphery as complete madness. We are always oscillating and dangling. So beautifully, he is giving us powerful cognition. With that, let's move to the Shastra Prabhana, are eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. Source scriptures here is Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.13. Icha Shakti Uma Kumari. The will is the energy of Shiva. It is called Uma. And the independent power of Paramashiva is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. Bhagavan beautifully says how we constantly are not living in the center of us, but constantly in the periphery, not living in our body or the mind, but somewhere else hanging around, which is not any of the center of our body or anywhere the extreme, because that will lead us to complete madness. Bhagavan says continuously, we are not established in the center because we get distracted into something, and we want to get distracted in something or other, trying to see which one can gives us entertainment, happiness, joy, but forgetting the bliss, the ocean of eternal nectar, the ultimate attainment. Only seeking for that and nothing else will make you the great seeker manifester of all 463 powers. But continuously throwing tantrum or confusion or chaos in the inner space and continuously holding the space of incompletion will not lead us to anywhere. How Saguni and Kamsa and Sisubala had so much of difficulty in them. Continuously they were feeling the whole vengeance towards Krishna or Rama and suffered the whole life. When they are going to be killed or how they are going to be hurt for holding this. So guilt, anger, incompletion was just overflowing them, finally destroyed them. But understanding the higher reality, how they exist. Sabari was an old lady who waited for Rama. His Sabari's guru, he told Sabari that Rama will come and you can bring him to the ashram and show the ashram and give him all the food and everything that is required. Matangi Ashram. So this Matangi Guru goes into Samadhi, leaving a small girl by herself and telling Rama would come. And Rama is not even born. And she waits and waits and waits because her Guru told. And the whole life she waits for Rama, every day preparing some food for him, preparing every place for him, everything not out of love for Rama, but love for her Guru. Because Matangi, he told her that Rama would come, you should take care like this. And when Rama really came to her ashram, and she really took care of Rama to a great extent, more than a bhakta. Even the fruit she gave, she bit everything to taste it and then give it to Rama, just out of how her guru had told to take care of Rama. That is why so beautifully in Ramayana it says, Sabari did not get moksha from Rama, but Rama witnessed Sabari's moksha. Such a beautiful story of how we don't allow anything be centered in the only what our guru says. When Paramashiva says Paramashiva is your only space, other than that you don't have anything to do. And when you start doing the unclutching and ajaba japa, all the techniques on top of this, I am Paramashiva in your inner space, continuously holding that cognition very tight and applying all the things. Remembrance of the Guru liberates us. So, holding that cognition continuously and from that taking all the action to only make the inner space more stronger. If we are very clear to make that happen, simply we'll see that we'll manifest huge powers of Paramashiva. So, with that powerful cognition, let's move to Apta Pramana. Authorities of Hinduism, who are the rishis, munis, alvar, nainamars, who have time tested and verified these signs. Here from Periya Puranam, power of increasing the temperature of the body. Ilayankudi Nayanar got the widening wealth of hard work in the farm fields. Whoever came to his house with the love for the wet matted hair supreme was given a appealing welcome with folded hands on his head. Anybody who came to surrender Shiva, he was given a wealthy welcome, blossoming face, showered flowers of nice words, and red carpet. He would clean and his feet and scented water, give him the comfortable seat, and serve the food which is rich in all the six tastes of those devotees who love the taste of holy five letters than anything else. The god appreciated the slowly changed his wealth to poverty. The wealth shrunk, but he bore never mind. Bored, his bored mind never shrunk. Broad mind never shrunk. He sold, he sold his belongings borrowed from proper means possible to continue the service. The Lord, the Creator, the Protector of the world, to his house in the situation or in the form of his loving devotee. It was the dark night in the mansion season. There is enough light in the hearts of the Nayanar. Couple of people who arrived and came with the bright light. He gave the light being enough clothes to change out of the wet clothes, for as he does not wear anything. He gave that refuge a nice place of relax, and with enthusiasm as a host, the devotee asked his wife what should they do to quench the hunger. Increasing temperature of the body of others' power continues. His love for wife suggested that he could bring the grain seed that they sowed in the room. She could make the food out of that. In that darkness and rain, only his love for Lord showering, he went to the fields. He filled the basket with white rice and rushed back with his wife, washed the mud off from the seed to cook the food. There was no firewood. That great man who had cut down the strong beam of ego cut the wooden beam of his house to burn. After cooking the rice, the chaste wife worried what could she do for the side dishes. He went immediately to the land where spinach is cultivated. He plucked the plant and cooked the side dish. He cooked different varieties of the dish and also out of the spinach, showed them to her husband. They decided to wake up the devotee for the meal. Please bless me, my Lord, by having the simple food that we made out of the love. They saluted him to the surprise of great servant and his matched wife. The sage arose as the flame beautifully lit. For those devotees who were shocked by the light which was unexplored, for Vishnu and Brahma, the doer of the good and the bad, the Shankara appeared blissfully on the holy bull with pretty Parvati. He fulfilled their wish and blessed them for their devotee. Let's move to the Atma Pramana.
Source of the tireless inner space. Source of the tireless inner space. Source of all the mental abilities. Source of all the knowledge and source of all the mental resources is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Even when you are eating, before eating, just sit for a few seconds and bring your breathing and remember the reality. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is breathing in you. Paramashiva is breathing in you. That is the truth. There is nothing to imagine and visualize and realize. Reality does not need to be realized. It is the truth. Highest possibilities, mental resources, conscious resources manifest from Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutched space. Turiyavana Sampannam. Time you spend on unclutching is the only time useful in your life. Every minute you spend in unclutching, your life will be rewarded with years. Understand? Unclutching or even effort to unclutch is like a rebooting. Means you are alive and upgraded. Kailasa releases the upgrading software every day. My everyday satsang is upgrade alert. You can choose do now, or you can say remind me later. That is alive satsang. Or not now. It is up to you. I am just everyday satsang is update alert. Every day, sitting in unclutching is like rebooting your whole system.
Shakshi Pramana are the millions of devotee disciples all over the world who have been initiated by Bhagavan for the power of manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Here we have a devotee, Nithyananda Vishnu. She's saying, by using the third eye, I increase the body temperature 1.2 degrees to other person. Beautiful. Now let's go to the instruction and Pratyaksha Pramana to manifest the power of will, increasing the body temperature for others. Items required for the power, setting up things for the power of increasing the temperature of the body for others. Make sure you have a camera with a timestamp. If you have Jnananjan, you can bring that. Call for a partner, explain to them what you're going to be doing, and a thermometer, human body thermometer, which can measure accurately the temperature of the increase or decrease of the temperature. Take a few moments for setting up the camera. Download a timestamp app, click on the video, ensure that the time is shown on the screen is vividly and clearly, making sure the camera is facing you and the partner and the thermometer. And it's in a bright, beautiful place where there is not much of a sound or disturbance. And these are very special moments, so don't miss recording all these great moments in your camera. Now, to start the guidelines for increasing the temperature of the body for others, turn on the video camera before you start. Once you start, do not switch it off. If you have Jnananjan, apply the Jnananjan between your eyebrows and ask the partner and explain to the partner what you're going to be doing if she or she comfortably sitting in front of you. Record the temperature of your partner's body before you start the power manifestation. Take a couple of times so that the measurement is exactly same, and take a picture of that with a timestamp. Bring awareness to your third eye, which is between your eyebrows. Through the power of will, change the temperature of your partner's body. The temperature can increase or decrease initially, but we would like you to have an increase of 5 to 10 points difference, and that would be really the manifestation of the powers. And verify thoroughly, and then share your videos with others with your powerful cognition, and listen to others' experience of the power manifestation.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state.
Now the Kena Upanishad is taking it to the next level. Declaration, not prayer. Me, my ability to will. Understand? Just like you have various abilities, ability to see, ability to use your hands, ability to use your legs, ability to listen, ability to think, you have something called ability to will. The ability to will integrates all your abilities. The ability to will is the spiritual umbilical cord connection with cosmos. Understand, other than God, no one can will. When we are told only God's will be done, means actually no one else can have will. Only God can have will. If you are having the power to will, you are connected to God, you are part of God, you are Him. Understand? Power to will is umbilical cord connection with God. Our umbilical cord connection with God is our power to will. If you will, no one can deny it. Even God cannot deny it, because your will is bestowed on you by God.
The signs of power of will. The signs of power of will. Science say that eye color is a character determined by two distinct factors: the pigmentation of the eye's iris and the frequency dependence of the scattering of light. In humans, the pigmentation of the iris varies from light brown to black, depending on the concentration of melanin in the iris, which is determined by our DNA. The appearance of blue and green, as well as hazel eyes, result from the Tyndall scattering of light. Eye color varies depending on the lighting conditions, especially for lighter colored eyes. Epigenetics is a study of heritable changes that do not involve DNA sequence, but DNA expression alterations. DNA, methylation, histone, acetylation. These alterations are triggered by different factors such as nutrition, behavior, physical activity, working habits, smoking, and alcohol consumption. Stress meaning the very quality of our state of consciousness. Health is your nature. You don't need to create it. You just need to remember it. Then the epigenome starts to realign itself. From the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Consciousness alters your DNA.
The epigenetics. They have done so much of research on this field, on this epigenome. Epigenome is a protein particle responsible for your genes and all the happenings based on genes. Please understand, we are always taught genes are responsible for our diseases. No, it's not true. Even your DNA is not responsible. The quality of your consciousness is responsible. The quality of consciousness can directly change DNA. Asan Church very beautifully proves even the persistent diseases handed over to you by the previous generations, like cancer, sugar, blood pressure, heart diseases, even they can be just altered, changed, transformed by the quality of your consciousness. Another research proves only 35% of your DNA is responsible, only 35%, for what you are, who you are, how you are, and all the major factors like your longevity, disease, health and everything. Only 35%. The science of epigenetics and the epigenome opens a new door to the great truths declared by Patanjali and Swatmarama. Patanjali in Raja Yoga Sutras and Swatmarama in Hatha Yoga Sutras. Shiva Sutras says very clearly, the man who is in perfect health just by his nisangalpa, means the intentionless consciousness, can transmit that to a human being or any being.
Items required for the power, setting up things for the power of increasing the temperature of the body for others. Make sure you have a camera with a timestamp. If you have Jnana, you can bring that. Call for a partner, explain to them what you're going to be doing, and a thermometer, human body thermometer, which can measure accurately the temperature of the increase or decrease of the temperature. Take a few moments for setting up the camera. Download a timestamp app, click on the video, ensure that the time is shown on the screen is vividly and clearly, making sure the camera is facing you and the partner and the thermometer, and it's in a bright, beautiful place where there is not much of a sound or disturbance. And these are very special moments, so don't miss recording all these great moments in your camera. Now, to start the guidelines for increasing the temperature of the body for others, turn on the video camera before you start. Once you start, do not switch it off. If you have Jnana, apply the Jnana between your eyebrows and ask the partner and explain to the partner what you're going to be doing if she or she comfortably sitting in front of you. Record the temperature of your partner's body before you start the power manifestation. Take a couple of times so that the measurement is exactly same, and take a picture of that with a timestamp. Bring awareness to your third eye, which is between your eyebrows. Through the power of will, change the temperature of your partner's body. The temperature can increase or decrease initially, but we would like you to have an increase of 5 to 10 points difference, and that would be really the manifestation of the powers. And verify thoroughly and then share your videos with others with your powerful cognition and listen to others' experience of the power manifestation. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, Why? We can just be spiritual without having external things. If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not
tire you or bore you by the passage of the time is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, You are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Jnana Paramashivam.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification for the process of increasing the temperature of the body for others. Verify that there is no video editing done on the Shakti Avishkarna, on the power manifestation video. Verify video is not stopped or restarted in any of the process of manifestation during the process. All the videos should have the timestamp and the wide angle view so that there is nothing cooling the body or heating the body. And make sure to record the temperature of your partner before and after, and if it can take a picture and record it multiple times so that making sure that the temperature is stabilized. And compare the records before and after, thoroughly verify the results that you have completely manifested the power of Paramashiva. And now share all the details with everybody. Thank you for participating in this power manifestation of increasing and decreasing the temperature of other person's body. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude, Bhagavan manifests in you with a deep prayer that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham